Okay, so I wanted to make a short video about pet cycling and general raiding specific build, um, which is kind of wonky, but it's supposed to be best, especially for DPS races in raids. Maybe not for other pulls. You'll see why. Hang on, this volume is a bit too high. So this is the basic build. So just yellow line, standard traits in yellow line, and then you get blue. You get blue mostly for catmint, and you can also get some other useful traits like induction reduction and some health. But mostly you get it for catmint. What catmint does is, um, we're going to be focusing on pet cycling, and catmint increases the debuff applied by the raven. So let me show you why we're gonna do this. So for instance, the bear has this ability, Shatter Arms, plus 10% incoming melee damage, plus 10% incoming range damage. That's 30-second duration and 1-minute cooldown, but if you dismiss him, it'll be reset, even if you resummon him before the cooldown expires. So you can just reapply it indefinitely. The same goes to this Benediction of the Raven. And Benediction of the Raven, you can see it's minus 10% fire mitigation. You use Catmint, it goes up to 20% fire mitigation. So say you're a hunter with fire damage. You're already getting 10% from the bear and another 20% from the raven. That's a 30% damage increase. Then you get your Bog Guardian. You use this ability, plus 5% incoming range critical chance. So I'd say it's a 5% increase in DPS if critical damage were twice average hits, but it's not. It's actually closer to 3 times. So it's an increase, like almost another 10% in DPS. So we're up to like 40% increase on hunters using fire oil, right? Just from cycling those 3 pets. And then if you want to like even be really like get into the nitty gritty or something, you can also cycle the healing pet and apply the 5% return healing on damage, which might be good if people aren't good at like AOM. This is stuff for like AOM boss fights mainly. It's I don't think it's very useful for other scenarios, to be honest. But for AOM boss fights, it's really good, especially like in the first fight if people are getting hit by the spirits when they are doing their little animation thingy. 5% return healing on any damage. That's pretty important. So yeah, you got those 4 pets that you want to cycle through. Then of course, if you can keep sticky tar on the floor, that's another 10% reduction of fire mitigation. So when the bear, the raven, the bog guardian, and the tar are down, you've increased maybe 50% the damage on a hunter that's using fire oil. And that's without counting the armor shredding from Ancient Craft. So what I want to do now is show you more or less how this works. So I'm going to get this Lynx to attack me, right? So I'm going to debuff him entirely, and the idea is to keep all debuffs on him as much as I can. Like, be able to have all the debuffs at the same time. Some of them are pretty much impossible to keep at the same time just because their duration is shorter than their cooldown. So okay, I've got basically all the lore master ones, which are some damage debuffs like fire lore and frost lore, the 2 sign of powers which are big, the sticky tar and this warning knowledge, and the ancient craft. Now I'll start trying to cycle pets while refreshing these debuffs. So I'll start with a bear, right? I'll use the shatter arms. Okay, it's been applied. Then I can dismiss my pet. I'll get the raven. I'll refresh these debuffs. Then I'll use catmint to put it up to 20%. Then I'll use the raven debuff. Okay, then I'll go for the Ball Guardian. Yeah, although they've been applied correctly. I'm just checking if they have been. Ball Guardian debuff, so plus 5% incoming critical from ranged. And then the healing pet. And then his ability. And now I dismiss and I go back to the bear. The bear's has already expired. I can go to him. I'll skip the Raven because the Raven's has 1 minute duration, whereas everyone else has 30 seconds duration. I'm stunned. I didn't know this dude's stunned. I can go back to Ancient Craft. Now the healing pet. Okay, there we go. And now back to the bear. Get the bear debuff in. A lot of debuffs have expired. I've been sloppy. Anyway, the idea is to kind of try to get used to doing this quickly. Oh no, I used the Benediction of the Raven without using Catmint. Now I can use it again. Huh. I guess I just applied it and now I can't apply it again. Anyway, so I have to use Catmint first in order to get the full 20%. Then the 5% incoming crit. So yeah, this is basically what I'd consider the optimal rotation for like DPS races in raids, just because if you're not in a raid, then it's probably better to just DPS yourself, depending on what line you're going and everything, but it's not going to do that much of a difference if you have like 1 or 2 DPS in your group, right? But if you have 5 or 6, then yeah, because you're increasing their damage by like 50% each. So yeah, that's basically what I wanted to show you. How you can keep all the debuffs up. Actually, let me show you, like, actually do it well once, so you can see that they can all be up at the same time. If you actually do it quickly and you're not slow like I am. So the bear is up, the Ball Guardian is up. Yeah, they're mostly all up. The Ball Guardian just expired, but now I can reapply it. And now I can reapply the healing pet. Yeah, now I'm starting to catch up because I'm doing it faster now. The bear still has 5 seconds and I can reapply it now. If you do it really quickly, you start getting these bugs on the skill, like quick slots. But anyway, so that's what I wanted to show you and to show why I consider this to be important, because you can do the math and you can figure out it's actually a very big increase to your DPS, the DPS of the raid. So anyway, that's it. And when you're done practicing, you can just do this and say goodbye, Lynx.